Welcome to this guided meditation. I'm gonna do a guided meditation with you, so please sit down. Sit down in a comfortable position. And you might notice that when you try to sit comfortably, that you never really find the best, most comfortable place. So just accept that as well. Just accept the position that you sit in now and close your eyes. Close your eyes and just be in this moment. Take a deep breath in 4 seconds and out 6 seconds. One more time, take a breath in 4 seconds and out 6 seconds. Breathe in all the stress and worries that you have right now, 4 seconds. And let them all go. Empty your mind. Just hold on to nothing at all. Just being in this moment. Letting go of any perfectionistic tendencies to make this meditation better, more perfect. Let that all go. And be just here. Perfect or imperfect, with or without thoughts, with or without discomfort, just be here. And accept whatever is here, including the thoughts, including the uncomfortable sensations, or the discomfort in your emotions. Maybe you feel a bit angry, maybe you feel a bit sad, maybe you feel a bit any type of way. And we can accept all of that. No judgment. No judgment on how this should go. No judgment on the meditation. No judgment on what to do. I should do better, do this meditation better. I should go deeper. All of these ambitions, tendencies of the mind, we also relax those. This is the final place where you don't have to do anything. When you go to work, you have to do things. When you go on vacation, you have to do things. When you are spending time with people, you have to do things. You have to talk, you have to think. And now you don't have to do anything. So give yourself permission to not do anything and to not feel lazy about it. You don't have to feel lazy about not doing anything. This is the meditation. And as we are sitting here, we are gonna do little awareness exercise. So I want you to become aware of the sensations with your hands. Notice the sensations within your hands. Become aware of it. Then notice the sensations within the arms. Maybe they are resting on your legs. Notice the fabric of your clothes on the arms. And just become aware of that. These are your arms. You're aware of your arms. Now we can all say that you are not your arms. Even though we're aware of it, even though we feel we can control it, we're not our arms. We have people that don't have arms. And they're still living well. So if it was you, you couldn't live without it. Okay? So now we're gonna go to the feet. Feel the feet on the ground. And become aware of the sensation of the feet on the ground. Become aware of your legs. And all the sensations within the legs, the knees, the lower leg, the upper leg. You're aware of all of this. You also feel you can control your legs. But we also know that there are people without legs. And we cannot say this is what I am, because there are people living without legs. Some without one leg, some without two legs. And they're still living, they're still there. So it's part of them, but it's not who they are. And now I want you to go to the stomach area and the chest area. So the chest and the stomach. And feel the sensations there. Become aware of the sensations within the chest and within the stomach. And now, by your knowledge, you know that without the chest and stomach, your body would die. That's what we have observed. But where does that thing that you think you are starts? Is it in the stomach area? Is it in the heart? Try to find the exact location with your awareness where this me starts, this person. Can you find a specific location? Can you find this one sensation in the heart, this one sensation in the stomach? We can't find it. So become aware again of the legs and try to find the exact place within the legs to the place where you are. So you're there and not in the legs. So you're not in the legs, so become aware of the legs and become aware of the sensation in the stomach and heart area. And go back and forth with your awareness between the leg and between your heart and stomach. And when you go back and forth, do you find any difference in sensations? Maybe a little bit different sensation, but aren't they quite of the similar quality? Take your hand and try to feel your leg. Okay, and realize this is not you, because you can lose your leg and you can still live. So this is not you. It's a part of you. You can control it, like you can control a cup of tea. And now go with your hands more up to the stomach and try to find the distinction. Where does it become different? And then to your heart, where does it become different from the leg? Where does this me come? And where does this me go and it just turns into a part of me, a leg? And through my own exploration, I have not found any difference yet. Same way, go to your arm with your hands. Realize this is also not you, because you can live without arms. It's a part of you. And then come back and extend the distinction, maybe the shoulder. What is it? Where is the distinction? Really do this exercise. And just notice what you notice right now in your awareness. I'm not going to give you any conclusions. I just want you to explore this on your own. And my own exploration I can talk a little bit about it. And my own exploration is that I haven't found this me within that stomach or heart area. And we could go higher to the neck. We also know the neck. You can also see that people die when they don't have a neck. So you cannot not have a neck. But do you feel, if you put your hand on it, do you feel this is me? This is me, the neck. Do you feel I'm here? And when you feel your hands, I'm not here. I'm here in my neck, but I'm not here in my hands and arms. Go back and forth between the sensations, between your hands and your neck. Can we find any difference? Maybe the face. For many people, the face feels like that's where I am. So let's become aware of all the different things about your face. There's things about your face that obviously you don't need to have. Some people are identified with their hair. Now obviously you can live without hair. What about your ears? The people without ears. What about your nose? There are people without nose. What about your eyes? There are people with no eyes. What about your teeth? There are people without teeth. So what exact part in your face? Try to search for it. Where does it feel like that is where I start? This is where this me starts. Try with your awareness to find that place. Is there a specific location? And there's some sensations of maybe this is me, this is just who I am, but that could be a facade. It could just be a facade, just a thought. But can you actually find, not just emotionally, because you have thought that your whole life, can you actually find yourself in this? Can you search with your awareness to find the exact location where this you resides in? Or if you say it's a bigger thing, like it's as big as my brain, can you find exactly with your awareness where it starts and where it ends? Does it start at the forehead and ends here? Does it where does it start? Where does it begin? And then go back to the arms. Become aware of those, your arms and hands. Now we have obviously seen that's not who we are. Go back to the leg and feet. Now obviously that's not who we are because we can live without both of those. Then come back to the stomach and heart area. Get aware of that. And get aware of your face, of your neck. And realize your eyes you can live without, your nose you can live without, your ears you can live without. Where do you start? Meaning, from where to where are you? Are you from here to here? Are you from here to here? And this is just not you? And I can give my own conclusion, but that it would be more nice if you can give your own conclusion. And it is that I haven't found myself in this. only thing I have found is the assumptions of where I am located. Now we go to the mind. So become aware of thoughts. So just get a streamline of thoughts going. For some of you, that's very easy because thoughts are already running. So just become aware of those. And try to get a specific thought where you are. So try to find a thought that is you. Maybe your name. So maybe you feel Victor. Let's say your name is Victor or Natalie. Victor or Natalie, is that you? Is that where you are? That specific word. So let's say we make a sentence and we make the sentence I am Victor or Natalie or Maria and I am from Amsterdam or wherever you're from. Try to see I am Natalie from Amsterdam. Okay, become aware of that. And now impersonal thought. He is going to the supermarket. So see those two thoughts. So the first thought, I am, you insert your name from insert your location. So I'm Natalie or Josh from Germany, Belgium, Netherlands. So personal thoughts. And then get your awareness to an impersonal thought. So he did groceries. He did grocery shopping in the supermarket. Go with your awareness back and forth between these two sentences within your mind. So with one thought, with one sentence, we notice a personal flavor. It's kind of this personal flavor feeling to it. And the other sentence feels impersonal, it feels not about you. But can we really say one thought is you and the other thought is not you? We can become aware that there's a personal flavor to it, an identification feeling with it. But is it really you? Can we say, you are this thought? Or can we see it's actually both a sentence and one just has more personal flavor and emotion attached to it? So is there a single thought, or a single sentence even, or a bundle of sentences that is you? That is where you are. Is maybe a longer thought? Should we talk more about personal things? I'm this, I'm that, I work here, I do this. Is that where you can find you? Or is that more the personality that you just show to the world that is not the core of you? Could it be that we have just misidentified ourselves with this feeling of personal sensations, with thoughts? So we have a thought and it feels personal, and then we think that it's me. But can we actually find me? Can we actually find ourselves in that single thought? Meaning that if there was no thought that was personal, I wouldn't be there. Or are we still here even if you forgot your name? Think about people with Alzheimer. They forget their name maybe, but they are still there. Sometimes you even forget personal things about yourself. So how solid is this you based on personal thoughts? And where's the distinction? Is it every time that your name is in it? Or is it every time you say I? Or is it every time you have something that is personal to you? Is that you? Or is that just a personal flavor added and the emotional flavor added on these thoughts? Really try with as hard as you can to really find you in a thought. Can we do it? Or is it a letter? Or is it a sentence? Or is it a paragraph? Or is it the whole book? Where does you start and where does it end? Or do we find it a bit wishy-washy? We can't really find a container of this is me, this is what I am. Some things feel personal, other things, other thoughts feel less personal. Can we really bring it down to this is what I am? And what language is it? Is it in German? Is it in French? Is it in English? Is it in Hungarian? There are people that have moved countries, and after 20 years of speaking another language, they forgot their first language. So what language is it in? Is it German? Is it French? Or is it even two languages? Is it English and French? So where is this container of you? Where do we draw the distinction between this is where I start and this is where it ends? Because we can obviously live without impersonal thoughts. We can live without a thought. We maybe think it once, right? Let's say you just forgot the word contemporary art, right? It doesn't feel personal. So you forgot the word contemporary art. You can just forget that word. You learn it, you can forget the word, just like you can forget a language. But without that impersonal thought, we can live. But if there is a personal thought, it's about me, it's about I, it's about your name, it feels more personal. Would we die if we wouldn't have that thought? Because a lot of times you don't have that thought. You're not thinking about you. For example, if you're helping someone or you're volunteering, or someone is crying and you want to make them feel good, you're not so much thinking about I, me. You just leave all those things for later. But you still are there. More than there, you're giving even. So can we find ourselves in the mind? And I don't want to come to a conclusion. I want to find for yourself if there's this container, if there's this certain thought, a certain sentence, this certain paragraph or book or language even. What language? What specific details? Because if it is you, it should be specific. It should be able to be contained into this is what I am, obviously. But things don't seem so obvious now that there seems to be this personal flavor to thoughts, and there seems to be the obvious impersonal thoughts. Where is you? The same way was in the body, there was like a personal flavor in the head. We came to the conclusion that we're not in this. Because we're aware of our hands, we're aware of our legs, and we cannot find the distinction between where we start and where we end. Same way we cannot find the distinction in the mind where we start and where we end. If we have a personal thought, I am from Amsterdam, is now Amsterdam me? Is that thought me? Or is the I am me? Or I am from, is that me? Where specifically do I find myself? And as you maybe would have guessed, this is also not where you are. So the only constant through our own exploration was our awareness. We were able to switch our awareness from thoughts, sentences, personal sentences, impersonal sentences, to sensations in the body, to sensations in the hands and arms, to sensations in the legs. We were able to put our awareness throughout all these things that feel more personal and less personal. And we have become aware of the personal flavors. To the very core of the personal flavors, where the assumption comes from this is what I am, without actually investigating. We never investigate the mind like this to find a specific thought or sentence or paragraph of what I am, where I start and where I end. Similarly, we never investigate the body on to see where I start and where I end. And we cannot find a specific container from where we start and where we end. We cannot find the boundaries of ourself. And because we cannot find the boundaries of ourself, how can we say we are something within a boundary? So some people even believe there's some spirit. So for the spiritual people, where does your spirit start and where does it end? Is it like your spirit is like 1 meter from your body? Like, where does your spirit end? If you believe in the spirit, where does it start? Where does it end? Is it like 1 centimeter around the whole body? Is it 1 meter around the whole body? Where's the specific distinction? Can you find with your awareness the specific distinction without hallucinating or becoming trippy? Just try to find, if you think you're a spirit, where this boundary is. And again, we can't find a boundary. We can't find a boundary. We can't find a place where we start and where we end. So does it mean that we're boundless, that we're limitless? And also the only thing that has been consistent was the awareness. So we're aware of the sensations in the body. We are aware of the sensations of personality, personal flavors. We're aware of the personal flavors in the mind. We're aware of the personal flavors in the body, around the face or the heart. And in the mind, more personal thoughts. But we have explored and found that we cannot find a specific thought, sentence, or paragraph or even a book, or a specific location in the body, like a small place or a bigger place. We haven't found the exact distinction where we start and where we end. And we have also realized that we can have this ability to be without a personal flavor. We can have thoughts about other people without a personal flavor, without ourselves putting ourselves into it. When we really become aware of the hands, we also kind of become impersonal because we're not focused on the personal flavor of the face or the heart where you feel or think you are. So even this personal flavor comes and goes. And that's also what you see with people with Alzheimer's. They forget their name, they forget everything, but they still are there. So this awareness seems less like like about you. It seems less personal because you can be aware of impersonal things, you can be aware of personal things. So this whole personal flavor is fluctuating, it's coming and going. We identify with that personal flavor within the mind and body, but it's coming and going, and we find something more solid, this awareness that can become aware of every sensation in the body. Let's do it right now. Let's explore this. How much it can become aware. First of all, become aware of your feet on the ground. And you can become aware of every single sensation within the feet. Then go towards the legs. You can become aware of every sensation within the legs. Then get to the stomach and heart area. And you realize you can become aware of every sensation within this area. I will give you a minute. Become aware. Become aware of all the different sensations. Then become aware of your arms. Also, you can notice all the different sensations. And you put your awareness on that area. And then you can bring your awareness to your neck. And then we can bring our awareness to the head. Notice all the different sensations in the head. And now also become aware of the mind. So think different thoughts and become aware of all the different thoughts in the thinking stream. Okay. And so we have explored with our awareness the whole body, the mind. And we see we can become aware of everything within the body and mind. And that has been consistent throughout this whole exploration. More consistent than any sensation in the body, more consistent than any thought that feels personal, more consistent than even thinking, actively thinking you're the thinker, because also that comes and goes. And you're just able to be aware of all of this. So can we find what this awareness is? What is this awareness? Is it itself? Can it itself be like aware of where the boundaries are? Can we find with our awareness the boundaries of this awareness? Can we find that it starts somewhere and it ends somewhere else? Do we feel there is a boundary? So do we feel this is where awareness starts? Let's say it starts at the toes and ends at the head. Or do we feel there is just no specific boundary to this awareness? I'm not talking a boundary of what you're aware of. I'm talking about the awareness itself. So can we find a boundary of awareness itself? Can we find a specific place where the awareness starts and where the awareness stops? And if you do, I want you to tell me in the comments where it starts and where it ends. Because through my own exploration, I've not found the beginning or the end of this awareness. And normally our awareness is focused on things, on objects, on thoughts, on sensations in the body, or focused on thinking or emotions. So our awareness is always out there, aware of things. So it's a bit of a 180 degrees to seeing, well, can we become aware of awareness itself? And when we become aware of awareness itself, can we find the distinction of that awareness? Can we find a place where it starts and where it ends? And as we do this, I can do this exploration with you. Maybe that's a bit easier. So let's say the biggest assumption is that awareness starts at the feet, because that's the lowest place you feel you're aware of. So we would say it starts at the feet and it ends at the head, because that's the place you're aware of right now. between here and there, and between the whole body. That is what most people would say, that is where I'm aware of, right? So we can say awareness is limited to the physical sensation. So it is limited to how much we physically can sense right now. So to the sensations of the body. So starting from the feet up to the head, and all the boundaries that are visible to us of the body. We would say that's awareness because that's how much you're aware of in the sensations. Unless you have some spiritual experience or you have some drugs or you're hallucinating. If you're just sitting here without all of that, you would say that's where awareness is. That's our assumption. So would that mean that, let's say, your leg would be cut off, right? All of a sudden you're no longer aware of the sensations of the feet. Or when your arms get cut off, you're no longer aware of the sensations in the arm. So can we say it actually starts there? So there it starts and there it ends? But what if your body is only this much? Does it start here and then there? Or if you have no arms, does it start here? Or are you just this little square box? Is then this where your awareness is? But if this was where your awareness is, then we wouldn't be able to be aware of our legs. We wouldn't be able to be aware of our hands and arms and control them. So that specific boundary, again, is the same as we explored with the physical body. There is no specific location of where it starts and where it ends. Same way with in the mind, so we can bring our awareness to our own minds. Is there a specific place within the mind where awareness starts and ends? For example, it's just your language. So I'm speaking Dutch, ik spreek Nederlands. Is then the whole Dutch language, is that where awareness starts and ends? And then when it's French, you can speak a little bit French, maybe Spanish. If it's Spanish, does it now, if I have a Spanish thought, let me see if I know any Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. If I have a Spanish thought, is now all of a sudden, that's not in my awareness. So is it contained by just the Dutch language of thoughts? And then when I think of Spanish thoughts, even though I don't understand it, now that's no longer in my awareness. Is there any thought I can have that is not in my awareness? And there are infinite thoughts out there. There are infinite thoughts you can make up. You can think and dream of worlds. People do this. They dream about different worlds. Their mind goes on about all the different thoughts that they can think of. And first we thought only our awareness was bound to this physical body, but now we're exploring a mind that is seemingly infinite. And we can become aware of all of those different things. We can even become aware of thoughts that we never had before. Maybe we read a book and we learn a new word. So again, we cannot really find the boundary of where our awareness starts and ends within the mind. It seems like we can become aware of everything, every thought. It would be a bit exhausting to just think endless thoughts of what is possible, but just doing that a little bit, we can explore. Like, we can think of all kinds of thoughts, different thoughts. We can think about things that don't even exist in the world, different planets. We can create images in our mind of how a different planet would look like, and aliens on there and all those things. So we can create and imagine worlds within our own minds. And we can become aware of those. And we are aware of those. And our awareness was never lost throughout all of that exploration within the mind. So there we can also not find the boundary of awareness. So we can't find the boundary of awareness in the mind. And we can't find the boundary of awareness in the body. Even if that's all you're aware of, it might be possible to be aware of more, but I'm not going into that. But that's right now your experience. It's all you're aware of. Your sensations, your seeing, your hearing, your tasting, the feeling sensations of the body, the world, your emotions. We have not even explored that. Your emotions, your thoughts. That's all you're aware of. So that's all awareness onto things. So is awareness itself limited to what it's aware of? Meaning, you're limited to right now maybe being aware of this world and the body and the mind. Is that then, so is awareness limited to what it's aware of? Limited to the limited experience that is right now happening when you're alive in this world? Or is awareness free of what it's aware of? So can awareness stand independently from what it's aware of? Meaning, can we, instead of becoming aware of the sensations, aware of the thoughts, aware of all the different sensations that you have that are really, there's a limit to what you can become aware of. For example, I cannot look at you and see through your eyes. Right? So I feel like I can only see through my eyes, and this is me. And you can look through your eyes, and that is you. But that is on what we can be aware of. that is not awareness itself. So we can be aware of limited. There's a boundary maybe to how much we can become aware of. But is there a boundary of the independent awareness itself? Because we still have not contained throughout this exploration where awareness starts or where awareness ends. In the mind and in the body, we have not found where awareness starts or where awareness ends, where it's specifically located. It seems to be aware of everything that we can be aware of, everything that we can become aware of. It seems to be able to be aware of, and within the mind, it's infinite things. And we can also say in the body, there's endless things we can become aware of within the body. We can literally have a completely different experience of our body if we become aware of, for example, this sensation. If I focus for 10 days just on this sensation here, I will explore something different. I will find a different sensation within the body I haven't felt before. So we can explore that, and that's great, right? We can explore that limited world and the limited thoughts that have a basic boundary of this is a sensation, right? The sensation has a sense of a boundary. And awareness, if you focus on awareness, can we find something more boundless maybe that we could focus on? So if I focus on my hand and I focus on this, I can become more mindful and explore different sensations. But what if I become aware of awareness itself? Because awareness doesn't seem to have location. We at least have not found yet where this location is. I'm just doing this exploration with you. We've not found this boundary of awareness yet. So we can't really focus in the same way as we focus on like the fingertips, because that would be limited, right? We focus on just this. We're not focusing on all of this. We're just focusing on this limited thing here. But can we become aware of something that is not limited at all? Awareness. Can we become aware of awareness? Really try. And you can't say that I cannot focus my awareness on anything, because we have done throughout this whole exercise, we have used nothing but awareness. From the legs to the head, you can control it effortlessly. You can control your awareness to just focus on thoughts. You can control your awareness to just focus on sensations. You can just focus on different aspects. But can we focus, or in other words, can we become aware of awareness itself? And where do you focus when you focus on awareness itself? Do we go inside? Do we go inside the heart and then, or do we go like back here in the mind? Or is it like a white light above your head? All these kind of things that we want to create. But what if we just It's all a bit fantasy thing. We just want to see something that feels more real and actual. What can we, where can we find this awareness? Where can we find this awareness? Because if we focus on a single thing, right, even if we focus on some aura and we have like 1 centimeter above our arms, or we have 1 meter above around us, that is still this limitation. It's not encompassing awareness. So where do we even focus when something is boundless? At least it doesn't seem to have any boundaries, so let's just assume it's boundless, right? If we cannot find a boundary where awareness starts, where it begins, we can become aware of infinite thoughts. We could say it's boundless, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Just say there's no boundary to it. Okay, so how do we become aware of something? It doesn't have a boundary to it. This has a boundary to it. We become aware of it. Can we become aware of something that doesn't have a boundary to it? And where do we focus? Because I could focus on the camera. I could focus on sounds. I could focus on smell. There's endless things we could focus on, and that's all outward. That's all becoming aware of. But can we become aware of that awareness itself? Can we become aware of something that doesn't have a boundary? And where do we focus when there is no boundary? Do we just look around everywhere? Do we just try to be aware of everything at the same time? That would be exhausting because that would be still out there. That would still be becoming aware of. Even if we try to find in the world some infinite, like, wow, this is all one, those kind of things, it's still within the boundary of this world. It's still in the boundary of these things, and we saw something boundless, something that doesn't seem to have a boundary yet. And until we explore that, until we found a boundary to it, we're not gonna say there's a boundary to it. So there's no boundary to it. When we focus on the world, we focus on something limited. When we focus on sensations, specific sensation, we focus on something limited. It's great to become mindful, but we're not trying to become mindful. We're trying to become aware of this awareness without boundaries. So we can't look at anything that we're feeling. We can't look at any thought. We can't look at the world. We can't look at anything, because everything that we look at, that's what we're aware of. So that is not awareness itself. If you're aware of it, it's not awareness itself. Therefore, even if you're aware of some spiritual experience or some feeling of some aura or some stuff, you are still aware of that. So that's not awareness itself. So really try to find this awareness. And if you have the sensation that you found it, you found its awareness, I want to ask you a few questions. Do you feel there's a boundary to this? Do you feel it is stuck? We can become aware of stuckness, right? I feel stuck, I feel this hard emotion, I feel resistance, but that's aware of. Can the awareness itself be stuck? Can it be limited? Does it judge? Does it say this is a great experience? This is not a great experience? Or is that just the mind? The mind saying, this is good, this is great, this is not? Or is it just emotions of feeling comfortable, uncomfortable? So can we say this awareness itself, does it judge anything? Does it say this is good, this is bad? Does it say I'm conscious because I'm sitting in a meditation and I'm not conscious because I'm going to the toilet? Or is there just awareness throughout all of that? Like that. So awareness doesn't seem to have any boundary. Doesn't seem to be stuck, even though we become aware of some stuck feeling or some stuck thought or some resistance or a headache. That's what we're aware of. But awareness itself, can awareness itself be stuck? Can awareness itself be limited? Can awareness itself not be not free? Or is awareness always free? So when awareness focuses on something that it's aware of, so it focuses on this specific thing, we just become aware of this sensation in my hand. Then we could say awareness goes from what we're normally aware of to just this. A second, the light fell out. To just this. Or can I become aware of everything? Can become aware of everything, right? At least everything, every sensation, every thought we're aware of. So we can become aware of everything, or we can focus our awareness to something limited. And there's this little sense of limitation to it. This sense of, oh, I can only focus on this. And that's the mind again. Oh, I can only focus on this. But awareness can just become limited, and it feels limited, but it's aware of the feeling that it's limited. It's still limitless itself. It doesn't have any boundaries itself. It just becomes aware of something limited. Therefore, the sensation of that limitation it's also aware of that sensation. But it itself, even if it's aware of things, aware of sensations, it is still that free awareness that isn't bound. Therefore, the feeling of limitation is something we can become aware of, so that itself is not awareness. Everything we can become aware of is not awareness itself. So do we find in this awareness at any point, even when we're focused on limitation, even if we're having a headache, even if all that is happening, do we find in this awareness any judgment towards the headache? That's the mind, right? But awareness itself, does it judge the headache? Does it feel limited or needing to get free from the headache? Does it feel stuck because it's focused on something limited as the headache? And even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's natural to be a bit more comfortable, that's homeostasis of the body, still, can we find that awareness, does awareness really care about the headache or not? Does awareness really judge the headache as something bad or just something to get rid of? Or does it just let everything be? And just is aware of whatever it's aware of? And is it ever limited by becoming aware of things? So is it ever limited by becoming aware of something limited as a headache? It's not, because we can move our awareness to our feet. We can throughout concentration, we can, instead of becoming aware of the headache, we become aware of the feet. We become aware of thoughts. And then the headache seems to be more in the background of your awareness. So we're not limited ever by the limitations. So I want to end this meditation. It's quite a long meditation, but really explore this within yourself. We're just looking at facts. We're not looking at any fantasies. We're just looking at the facts and doing an inner exploration towards awareness. And I think if you do this exercise maybe a couple of times, it will really get you not to just see this as some woo-woo spiritual thing, but actually experientially we start to explore and see. So one more breath and then we're going to end this. Breathe in 4 seconds and breathe out 6 seconds. Breathe in, become peaceful 4 seconds and breathe out 6 seconds. And lastly, take everything that we have explored today with you throughout your day, throughout your week. Breathe that in 4 seconds and breathe out all the assumptions that we also have seen were not true, and let go of those 6 seconds. One more time. Breathe in everything that we learned today. 4 seconds that we have explored and let go of all the assumptions. 6 seconds. Thank you so much. As you can see, I'm spending a lot of time doing these meditations for you, so it would be nice if you don't forget to like this post and forget to subscribe, so also more people can see this. And I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next video.